Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your August soul session. I am Marlo if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. And what's not, or whatever. And of course, if you resonate with this message, don't be scared, don't be afraid. Just go head on and tickle my like button because she's kinky and she's into that sort of thing, you know what I'm saying? And of course, the extended for this message, which covers the latter part of the month, you can find that link in the description box of this here video. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So let's go ahead and hop into you guys' cards. First card out that we have is the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Wands. So interesting. Coming into the month of August, Cancer, you guys are more or less weighing your options. You're trying to figure some things out. You got, two, maybe more choices. I really would just say two, to be quite honest with you. But more or less just weighing your options. And I feel for you guys that's okay. That came out sideways. Interesting. We have the Fountain card in the reverse. This is like the World card, but better. Yeah, I'm saying, which kind of bumps you guys back down to the World card, which means there's a karmic cycle that needs to complete, which kind of lets me know that there's a lesson that's intended to be learned here. But anywho, with this 10 of Wands, it kind of says to me that you're spreading your energy pretty thin, and more or less what it is that you guys are weighing, it's become rather cumbersome, you know what I am saying, and it's extremely stressful because I feel like this is something that's very much on your mind. It's like a decision that needs to be made. Like there's two different directions you can go in, and I feel in some sense or another it really, like, it doesn't really feel like it's too much of an easy choice per se, because I feel like the options that you guys have to choose from, both of them are life altering, and not necessarily saying in a negative way. It's just kind of like it feels like picking a path. So it's kind of like you taking time to really weigh your options, because once you make this decision, there's, and meaning make this decision, like you pick one of these paths, there's no goesies backsies on that. So it's like the whole first week of August for you guys, it's a stressful week, but I feel that it's stressful in the sense of just mental energy that's being spent, right? Now with this Fountain in the reverse, like I was saying, that card is because this is the Fountain Tarot, so it has like a little infinity symbol on it and stuff. So this is more or less like an octave higher than the World card, so it bumps the World card down to kind of just seeing it as like lessons learned, very 3D-ish kind of stuff. But with the Fountain card, it's more or less learning the lesson and then ascending to a higher state of being. So what it's kind of looking like for me is within this first week, I mean, the energy's here for you guys to align with that. But the only reason why you're not in alignment with it is because you haven't made this decision. So, not saying this to, rush you guys or anything like that, but if you're wondering why things are kind of not moving forward in reference to, your life situation, circumstance, whatever it is we are talking about, for you guys in particular, it's because there's a need to release this burden and pick a side in a sense. So it's kind of like the ambivalence, the straddling the fence that's kind of preventing things from turning over or moving forward. And the thing that my guides are saying specifically with this 10 of Wands is, if you're not really sure, which clearly you're not, of what decision needs to be made or what path you guys should pick, it's more or less one of those things of listen to your passion. You know what I mean? Like, in meaning that in the sense of what inspires you. So there may be implications, especially with this being a coins card. There may be implications externally, like 3D kind of stuff, like what it looks like on the outside. Other people may not approve. You're afraid of disappointing someone, but so it's kind of like, spreading your energy super thin because you don't want to disappoint other people, or you're concerned with what other people would think. But all in all, you're holding yourself back from what is best for you. So the thing that would behoove you is to choose what's best for you, Cancer. I'm just saying. So the next card that we have is the Five of the Cuppies in the reverse. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Child, that's a whole thing.
So sorry to interrupt you guys while you're listening to the show, but I wanted to tell you guys about our new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of them, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat. You can also text them between sessions. If you or someone you know has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the show.
This is interesting. Um, okay. I was about to say I need to pull another card to round you guys up, but we got it with the strength card that's Leo energy. Some of you Cancer, I'm just gonna be honest. Some of y'all may be choosing between two different people. If I could just be real for 2.5 seconds, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like a fear in reference to that. I mean, I am not of, the camp. And I know y'all don't want my 2 cents, but I'm gonna give them anyway. Oh, pun intended. Look at that 2 cents. You see what I did there? Okay, anyway. But y'all probably don't want my damn 2 cents, but I'm going to give them anyway. But I'm not really of the camp where I believe you can be in love with two people at the same time. I just don't think that that's possible. But everybody ain't built the same. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like you're gonna love one person more than the other, or the other one you just really don't love that much. But I feel where it comes into what my guys were saying with this 10 of Wands and seeing this Ace of Cups falling underneath that, it's like I think of the two options you guys are making. First thing that comes to me is that some of you guys are really maybe trying to choose between two different people. But others of you, this could be choosing between two different jobs. This could be choosing between your true passion, like calling type of deal, and your current career path. But the whole key with this in the second week of August with this 5 of Cups in the reverse, we're talking about moving on, right? So it's more or less, and I'm just saying this, child. I honestly think and I'm not telling y'all what to do. Let me just go ahead and and throw that out there. I'm not saying what you should or should not do, but if I were to say what my hunch is looking like, the likelihood of you making this decision, and not even saying that this is necessarily the best time, is just what I'm seeing in the cards. It's more or less the second week, but I do feel, to be honest, Cancer, if you guys are coming into August with this to where it got you all in your 10 of Wands energy, my advice would be to make the decision in the first week of August, because I have, this sneaky feeling that in the second week of August, if you haven't made this decision by then, it's going to be made for you, right? Because if the world in the reverse was right here, that would be saying to me that there's unfinished business, right? It's lessons you just need to learn. You need to finish the business, tie up the loose ends, right? But with this being the fountain in the reverse, that's saying to me that the lesson is learned. It's like what it is that you need to do is pretty clear. It's just it's those implications, whether it's external stuff. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings, because I can see the same thing with the 5 of Cups. It's like, knowing that you need to move on because one of these options really isn't something that you want. And I kind of said this, and this is where this whole, opposite sign thing comes back in. And not saying this specifically if this is like a love situation, because these are soul sessions, not soulmate sessions. However, if you were to look at the Capricorn, was that Capricorn? It was either Capricorn or Cancer. Nope, it was Capricorn. Thank you, guys. They was like, girl, nope, it was Capricorn. Um, if you were to look at the Capricorn soulmate session for mid-July, I went into great detail of what it is I'm seeing here. So this is like a similar energy, which would also make sense for me, because with you guys being Cancer, that means that in some sense or another, you guys could be operating out of the shadow aspects of your opposite sign of Capricorn. And I was talking about like will and how it is when we violate our own and other people's will. With the fountain card being here and this being a very spiritual card, that's saying to me that we need to get this show on the road, right? There's somewhere that I'm about to say Capricorn child. There's somewhere that Cancer needs to be. It's a path that you need to be walking, right? Not just for yourself, but for everyone that's involved. And as long as we're in this holding pattern, right? It's keeping yourself as well as the other people that are involved from being in the position that they need to be in. So even though there may be some level of concern of, you not wanting to hurt someone's feelings, you're not wanting to disappoint someone, you know, a refusal to forgive someone, child, because I mean, that could be something that's on the table. You may have come to the realization, because we talked about that in Capricorn Soul Session for August. You could have come to the realization, like, you might be in therapy and things, and you've come to the realization that you need to forgive someone. And it's like you're weighing your options on that because the only thing that's preventing you from moving forward in your life or healing is the fact that you're carrying this burden of unforgiveness towards someone because you feel like, they don't deserve my forgiveness type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of holding on to that. And that's not really so much of it holding other people back. It's that the lack of forgiveness is holding you back. So there's the potential for you to have something, right? And I don't know why they're just telling me to skip over all the other stuff I said and finish out this narrative with these cards. It's like if you don't choose forgiveness for my Capricorns that this would relate to, then you're preventing yourself from fully healing and recovering from the past. And you're by default making yourself a prisoner to your own past, right? And that has nothing to do with the other person. Because like I said, found in the reverse, we're pointing to the world card. It's like the business is finished, the karmic cycle is over. All of the lessons are learned, right? Now it's time to integrate them. But the only reason why you're still in a state of ambivalence and on the fence, and you're still carrying this burden of, peril, misery, woe, stress, what have you, right? Or you're overburdened energetically, is because you're existing now in a dead energy, right? Because these energies are in stark contrast to each other. This is more or less what you guys are sitting in. This is what spirit is trying to bring you into, right? So in the second week of August, it's an opportunity that's going to be offered to you guys that is not going to be in reflection of this energy. And I can't even necessarily like hate on the 5 of Cups because this is really a good energy because it's all about, forgiveness and moving on and restoration. And it's pretty much realizing that you got 2 goddamn cups behind you, pretty much, right? It's like a shift in perspective. You're seeing things differently. You're seeing that the situation that you are coming out of was not the end all be all, right? It wasn't as bad as you thought. You feel what I'm saying? And it's an opportunity that's going to be offered to you, like I said, with the strength card, that's very much in reflection with your highest truth. It's like, with your self-love, your self-respect, like all those good things, what I'm saying? It's something that's very much meant for you. And my hunch, and this is me projecting into what the extended is going to cover, which is like the 15th to the end of the month, is like I feel you guys stepping into this energy of self-love and setting yourself free from these burdens is what would ultimately proverbially turn this fountain card upright, which gets you into alignment with your highest truth. Now back to the other scenario. So for those of you who may be trying to pick between, 2 different people, 2 different jobs, 2 different paths, whatever the case, it's still that same cumbersome energy that's keeping you stuck here. And the thing that would behoove you the most is moving forward from that, right? Because I understand that there's like a level of fear and reference here, you know what I'm saying, of not really knowing what's next. But and I feel there's 2 ways for those of you who are choosing between 2 different people. This Ace of Cups would literally you be making an offer to the person that you choose. You feel what I'm saying? And it's you re-empowering yourself or standing in your power, right? Because you choosing to step in alignment with yourself, dog. This is like so just like if this is related to like a romantical kind of thing, this is legit Capricorn's reading from last month, because I literally told them that if Capricorn wanted to be single or they wanted to move on, it's like they were going to be happy. And with the other person, like with them being afraid of letting the person go, it's like they were hurting the person more by holding on to them, even though they already made it up in their mind they didn't want to be there anymore. But if they let the other person go, that other person would be able to move on because there was somebody that was waiting on them. So it's like both of the people would be happy, but them staying together was keeping both of them in a situation that kept them unhappy. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I say that to say, Cancer, if that's the situation that you guys are in, not saying that's everyone, but if you're in a situation such as that, just go ahead and follow your heart, whether that's you being single, you know what I'm saying, and you trying to divorce somebody, child, or, you know, break up with somebody, move out, whatever the case. It's like you doing what's best for you would be literally the best decision here, because you kind of towing the line and caring about other people, their feelings, their situations, their thoughts, their feelings, it's becoming very cumbersome to you, right? And at the end of the day, you have to think about yourself. And looking at this Ace of Cups, it's almost like you making the decision to choose yourself. If that's the case, that's literally the greatest gift that you could give yourself. Like it's like the freaking healing salve in a sense. You feel what I'm saying? And it would be a statement of you guys standing in your power and breaking out of this old karmic-y cycle kind of energy that it is that you know, I'm seeing here. But like I said, for others of you, if it's another person you want to be with and you're dealing with another person, or you're dealing with both people, just go ahead and pick the one that you feel is right for you, child, that you feel is the most reflection of you. And don't worry about the other person, because they're going to be fine, right? But it's the stagnant energy I'm concerned about with you guys, of staying stuck in that, because it's just like it's not helping anyone. It's not helping you or anyone that's involved. If it's two jobs you're choosing from, child, pick the job that you really, really like. Bump the people at your job currently that's going to be like, oh, how are we going to go on? They're going to make it. They're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? They could hire somebody else, dag nabbit son of a gun. So what I'm getting from this, Cancer, is like the whole message of this is more or less everything that it is you could possibly want is literally right around the corner. Only reason why you don't have it now is because you're holding yourself back from your destiny at this point. So the whole key with the 1st through the 15th of the month is make a goddamn decision, Cancer. I'm just saying, happiness is right down the street. But I love your face, Cancer. That has been your August Solar Session. I am going over to my network, Vimeo, Patreon, all of the places to do you guys extended, where we're looking at the latter part of the month, the 15th through the 30th or 31st. I don't know how many days there is in August, and you better not judge me. But anyway, I'm going over there. So if you're about that life, follow me over there. But if not, I still love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends. Kiss, kiss. That's my new thing. I know it's corny, but I'm corny like that.